Hey there, Lisa here. Welcome to my channel. I hope you'll join me in my love of crafting and DIYs and hit that subscribe button. I am so excited for this playlist. This playlist is the Power Up playlist, and it is hosted by Sarah at Can Sarah DIY It, and by Tammi at The Rusted Willow is the co-host this month. And these two are amazing creators and so much fun and hilarious. So this is going to be great fun. Both of these ladies' channels will be linked below, as well as the entire playlist of creators participating. So I scored this palette free on Facebook Marketplace, and I was just really drawn to the color, so it came home with me. I love when I can solicit my husband to help with DIY projects. It's just something really fun for me to do together. So he helped me get the pallet boards that I wanted for this project removed. And I have used this miter saw quite a bit, but I have not used it yet to cut 45 degrees. And so my husband sort of showed me how to do that as well. So with the pallet wood, we are going to make a frame for this piece of sheet metal that I was given. Somebody with a lot of experience making frames would probably have an easier way to show you how to do this. But basically, I just put the frame where I wanted it to hit on the sheet metal. So I measure what the height sides will be, and then I make my 45-degree angle cut on either side of the board. Once I get both of my height sides cut, then I lay them out and then measure the distance between them to know how long to make my width cuts. And then I go ahead and make those 45-degree cuts on either end of both of those boards. I hope that makes sense. And so then this is me just taking one of the width boards and one of the height boards and seeing, oh my gosh, do they line up? Do they line up? And I determined that they are close enough for my first time at this. To assemble the frame, we'll be using these corner braces and then a little bit shorter screw because those ones were just a bit too long. And then also this speed square just to make sure that the angles inside are correct. So working on the back of the frame, we lay out the sheet metal on there and then mark where it is so that we know where we should put the brackets. And so then we take and drill the little pilot holes, the size suggested on the package. Once the pilot holes had been drilled, we took and screwed in the screws, and I left the initial ones just a little bit loose so that we had just a little bit of play when putting it together to make sure that we got the angles the best that we could, if that makes sense. And then we just repeated that process all the way around the frame. So go around and drill our pilot holes and then go back around and drive in our screws. Once the corner braces were secure and in place, we took and drilled pilot holes through the sheet metal into the wood. And then we went back around and put screws in all of our pilot holes. And I ended up doing 2 on the short sides and 3 on the long sides. And here it is leaning up against the counter, waiting to be taken outside and sanded. With the orbital sander, we just take and sand it smooth all the way around the frame. Sand the corners just a little bit. There was a couple that didn't line up exactly, so we just sanded them down to where they did line up really well. Next, we did a light sanding with a sanding brick just around the edges. And finally, we nailed in the hanging hardware. The last step before hanging it is just cleaning it all up. And I just used a damp cloth and cleaned the metal. And then I wiped down the wood as well. And I am not going to do anything with this wood. I really just love the way it looks raw. So that is how I am going to leave it. Here's a little aside. See all those metal shavings? Yeah, kitchen counter is not the best workshop. All right, here it is all hung up. I don't have anything to put on it yet. That's why I need it, is so that I can get organized because all of my stuff is in a huge giant pile. But this is going to house a calendar and other things that I need to get my life organized. Since I know it's going to need a calendar, I decided to show you guys. I just used a little cup hook and screwed it up in right here. And then I can just hang my calendar and take it down when I need to write something on it. All right, love to know what you guys think of my power up project today. It was super fun. If you like what you saw today, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for coming back and watching me again. I sure appreciate every single one of you. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.